Welcome back. Cinematic Ronin time. What's up? So, we're here talking about Interstellar 2014. Re-released this year, 2024, December, which is crazy. I can't believe this. 10 years ago, I was completely obsessed about one movie. That shit right there. That movie right there is the reason why I've become completely disorganized in my life, completely. But I didn't catch this movie in theaters. No, I did not catch it. I caught this one on Redbox. This was a Redbox movie that I watched after or before Exodus, Gods and Kings. Now, Exodus, Gods and Kings is also... I haven't seen it since, but I last remember it being a good movie. I'm into the Bible story movies that are like completely like different than the Bible story for some reason. I don't know why. But we're here for Interstellar. Now, I watched this one about twice. Once at 11 p.m. and the second time at 11 a.m. And both times packed showings. Now, there's so much to talk about. Just this movie that I could just go off topic completely. But this is one of those movies that if you did not see it in your lifetime, you're going to be very disappointed. I can't help but completely get on my knees again for this movie. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's a reason why a lot of people love it. A lot of people talk about it to this day. And there's a reason why 10 years ago it sold out fucking theaters. Now it's still selling out theaters because 7 screens worth of screen. If I need to show it again, I'll put it right here in the middle of the video. But it literally takes up the entirety of a wall. When it comes to certain scenes, being out in space and just experiencing like this, like, I was there. Like, I left that movie theater wanting to watch it again. And honest to God, that's one of those movies that, like, no matter how many times you watch it, you could fall asleep. And I kind of did fall asleep on the first time. It was 11 p.m. You kind of can't tell me nothing. I've seen that movie so many more different times. But you know what? This time was different. That 70 millimeter, the IMAX screen, the way it just took over everything. It was beautiful. I can't put it more into perspective. There was a tie to why people go and spend the $25 or the $20 to sit down and watch something like that. And you can't just put that on every movie. I think Interstellar, for me at least, was the movie to really capture that, to show me that, yeah, don't get me wrong, I low-key knew that they were going to do this. I watched Tenet in 70 millimeter IMAX as well before all of this came out because I was hoping and praying to God that they would do this. They would re-release it because I've always wanted to see that version of the movie. You know, without the black bars, with all that shit, and it was so much more worth it than I thought. If you have the chance where you live near one of these 70 millimeter IMAX screens, go. It's crazy to me to believe that I live like 2 hours away from mine, from the one that I'm literally talking about. But I'll make the effort because I love this to its extreme, to its core. This was something that I really can't even put into words. It's hard to describe, but once you experience being what it feels to be out in space and like, I go back in time, supposedly. Well, not even, time is relative, you know, but it's just crazy. I don't want to say anything more that has already been said. You already know Interstellar is a good movie, so you don't need me to shove that down your throat. The experience, mainly. Movie theaters for me are one of the best things that I've ever experienced growing up because of, first off, the smell, the people, the atmosphere, everything's just a big commercial. Look at life. Look at my fucking room. Like everything is literally just a big commercial to get you to go do the next thing or do something that relates to that. In order for some artists to succeed, half the time they need to be in touch with something else, But hey, man, I'm not gonna knock the world for doing what they do best, but Interstellar, man, IMAX, every movie, the Avengers movies were filmed entirely in IMAX, so it took up the entire of the screen. I started watching movies when that happened. At least for me, I got into Age of Extinction with IMAX 3D when they filmed that with IMAX 3D cameras. And, they might try to convince me to go watch this movie in IMAX or whatever. And it's fucking Venom, and they only added one scene where, I'll tell you if that's good or not, but when it takes up the whole screen, there's something that, excites you completely. It's super high def, it's everything. I'm not trying to take it down like this, scientific road. You've already seen that. People have said so much more with less time than what I'm saying right now. This is my video, so I'm going to say whatever I want regarding this. I sat down for a 3-hour movie twice, and thankfully, this is just a big commercial for AMC A-List, because if it wasn't for that, I would have not done that. I'm going to keep it real with you, because I'm personally a 40X guy, but ever since that A-List, you won't catch me paying no more than $25 a month to see my fucking movies. 3 movies a month? Come on now. IMAX, look, I'm biased, alright? Keeping it real. That Universal Studios pass has me a little bit. I love my Universal Studios pass. If you live in California, invest in that. It's beautiful. It's one of the best things ever. If you love film, everything, I might go into depth into something like that, but this is out of the subject. AMC Citywalk is beautiful as well. I don't know if I'm gonna add those videos at the beginning, but AMC Citywalk, one of my favorites. I remember before they remodeled it, my first movie there was Batman vs. Superman, and I still have that same fucking ticket. Batman vs. Superman, I think opening night in 3D, and I thought it was cool. I don't know about y'all. Y'all were talking so much shit. I thought that shit was cool, and then they dropped 30 minutes extra. I still got my Blu-ray up there. Come on now. My Blu-rays are all up here. I have my little Interstellar Blu-ray, but I don't have the film. It came with the film reel. I lost it in move while I was moving once, but at the end of the day, I don't know if they're still showing it, but if they're going to keep showing it, go watch it. I mean, they could release the Snyder Cut in IMAX, and I hope to God that they do. They could re-release Interstellar. They got to do something, though, because I personally love IMAX as an experience for what it does and what it can bring you. But don't do me wrong. So, be ready for the next one. There's a dude that commented on my last video talking about, I need to watch Sonic 3. Come on now. You already know we were going to watch that from the beginning. Look around you, boy. We going to be there, boy. So, Sonic 3, and then, I don't know about Mufasa. I don't know nothing about, I might. If you see a video on Mufasa, don't expect me to do the whole little, oh my god, I'm here, I'm about to watch Mufasa and shit. If it's good, I'll tell you. If it's not, you might most likely not hear about it, but this one was worth the moment, the time. So I'll give you that. I hope you enjoyed. Comment what I should end up watching at some point, or review of a movie that's in the theater or about to come out, or I don't know. I pay for Hulu, I pay for all this stuff, but I never end up watching stuff, so give me something. I'm dying out here. But other than that, I'm bored as hell. I know you are too. End the video, go watch something else. Come back soon. I'll see you next time.